has been 29 years since the original Hocus Pocus came out in 1993. Was it worth the wait? Meh. If you have not checked out my Hocus Pocus review, it is up right now. Go check that out. Hocus Pocus has always been one of my favorite Halloween movies. It's always been one of those movies that I love putting in every single Halloween. It's a movie that I will always watch every Halloween. Hell, I'll probably even watch it this Halloween. I just love that movie. It's easily one of my favorite not horror movies, but it's easily one of my favorite Halloween movies and easily probably one of my favorite movies of all time. And when I found out they were making a sequel, I was a little nervous because why make a sequel to like one of the most best movies that has been ever made? And I don't know why they would ever do that. And I just watched it with my dad and I was surprised. I've always enjoyed the first. Oh, not enjoyed, but I've always loved the first Hocus Pocus movie, and I didn't know what to expect from this movie, and I was surprised twice tonight with the monsters and this. I thought this movie was fun. I enjoyed this movie. I did not really expect anything from it, but this movie was a lot of fun, and I don't want to see another one. But if they do make another one, I will not watch it because the second one is a pretty good way to bring the Sanderson sisters back and to hopefully kill them. But let's get into my positives. Now, the opening to this movie is supposed to be a prequel of like how they became witches, how they got the book and everything. I'll talk about that more later. And the kid actors that they got from, they did a pretty damn good casting because they look just like the adults. When I was watching it, and I was like, "Holy shit!" They did a pretty good job casting actresses for these Sanderson sisters as kids. They looked just like them. They did great practical effects with it, like how they did makeup and all that. That is amazing what they did. And every time they said a line, all I can think about is as the adults saying them. They did a damn good job doing it, and I'm surprised that other movies don't know how to do that. And the comedy in this movie, it worked for me. I thought it was pretty good. I did laugh a lot in this movie, but if you look at Disney movies nowadays, they're more about jokes and humor and all that. But this movie took itself serious. It saw. Like, you could tell the people who made this movie, they were fans of the original. They took the original, they made it serious, but they put a few jokes here and there just to show people that they took that this movie is supposed to be serious and you're supposed to have a couple laughs throughout the movie. And I did think the characters of this movie were kind of fun, except for the one girl, like, whose dad is the mayor. I forget her name, but I did not really like her very much. I thought she was one of the weakest points of this movie. But that was supposed to be one of my negatives, but I guess I'm not going to talk about it now. But the other two characters, I thought they were really cool. The lady, when it turns out that she's a witch. Oh, spoilers, sorry. She turns out to be a witch. I might put spoilers in this because I just talked about how the girl's a witch. And I thought that was pretty cool how you find out that she's a witch and that and then she, like, gets the book from the Sanderson sisters. I think that was kind of cool, but I'll talk about them more in a second. And I just thought the characters were a lot of fun. And the Sandersons, they were awesome in this movie. I thought they were pretty good. They were funny. They were. Every time they were on screen, my eyes were pretty much hooked onto the screen. They were a lot of fun, and I'm glad that the people who played them, the actresses, I'm glad that they came back, and I'm surprised that some of them actually came back. And that was really surprising to me. Now on to my mixed aspect. I do think the opening is cool, but it's also kind of unnecessary. Kind of shows kind of about like the mayor and all that, what this story's kind of gonna be about. It feels kind of unnecessary, but I do think it's kind of fun, and it's, like I said, the kid actresses, they were perfect, and I thought they were doing pretty good with the casting. I thought it was pretty cool, and it was a pretty good way to open the movie, but it just also shows too much about the witches, and it just shows how they became witches, and they got the book. I'm not a fan of prequels, and yeah, I just didn't like that part. But now, on to my negatives. The way the Sanderson sisters come back, it's kind of stupid. It's the same exact way as in the first movie. Hell, me and my dad even both predicted before this movie ever came out. They were like, oh, there's going to be a bunch of teenagers that just light another candle, I bet. And once that happened, we both called it. We both knew that was gonna happen. I already knew that's how they were gonna do it. I'm like, how else are they gonna bring it back anyways? Just from another candle. Just another candle. Yeah, we can't think of anything fucking original, can't we? But I don't know how else they were gonna bring him back, but they should have thought of something else, and then instead of just lighting a candle again. But surprisingly, that's all my negatives. I did enjoy this movie, and this is a movie I would recommend that you at least stream it. This is not a movie I would instantly say go out and buy it, but I would say go out and buy it for people who are casual fans of the original movie. But if you're if you're a hardcore fan of the original Hocus Pocus, this is a movie I said that you stream. But if you're just a casual fan of the original movie, then this is a movie I do recommend that you just stream it. I did enjoy this movie. If you guys enjoyed it, please let me know down in the comment section. If you enjoyed this review, hit that like button. If you loved us, hit the subscribe button and button notification icon so you will get notified for my latest videos and reviews. But until my next video, take care.